We certainly all angst and lose some sleep over our children. But if you're a parent of a child with autism, the fears and concerns are even more paramount. A recent Easter Steel study, made possible by MassMutual Financial Group and conducted in cooperation with the Autism Society of America, took a close look at families living with autism, and the findings are quite eye-opening. Easter Seal's Kathy Patrick is the mother of a child with autism. Let's hear now how autism impacts her family.
It's really very stressful on our entire family, having a family member, my son, being on the spectrum. We've been worried about the effect it has on our younger son and whether he's able to take advantage of the kinds of opportunities that other kids do that we're not able to do as a family because my son has such a hard time with transition. And so we don't have babysitters and we don't go on vacation for more than one night at a time.
Here now to tell us more about the Easter Seals Living with Autism study and the help available to those living with autism are Kirk Joslin, Easter Seals President and CEO, Jeff McCausland, Easter Seals Assistant Director of Assistive Technology, and Judith Luddy, MassMutual Special Care Planner. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Good morning.
For our viewers who may not be familiar with autism, Jeff, would you please explain what this developmental disorder is about?
Well, autism really describes a set of characteristics that many children demonstrate. It's a wide spectrum of individuals who showed difficulty with sensory integration, socialization, difficulty with social contact, and pervasive developmental delays can be apparent. Cognitive delays, difficulty with motor development, etc.
And it's really becoming a growing health crisis, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, we're looking at one of every 88 births for boys being impacted. So it is growing, but it's a wide range of individuals who are impacted who can display a wide range of impact by the disability.
Mm-hmm. Now, why was the study done?
The study was done because Easter Seals across the country has been seeing more and more folks with autism coming forward looking for services. So we worked with Harris Interactive and we surveyed basically 1,600 families, parents of children with autism, and 900 sets of parents of children with no special needs, and really found that while all parents worry about their children's future, 33% of parents of children without any disability worry about their future, but it's close to 80% of parents of children with autism who are really worried about their future.
And the study really brought out some significant points about independence.
Yeah. It's really future independence that is really a critical concern of parents. I mean, where will the youngster live? What kind of friends will he or she have? Will they be able to work? Will they be able to make their own decisions about their own life? Will they be able to participate in the community and be valued by the community? We looked at work in particular, and you look at teenagers 16 years and over, and teenagers who with autism 16 years and over, 79% have never gone out to find a job or to get a job. Among teenagers without autism, it's only 23% that have never gone out and looked for a job, and that's really a good key part of independence.
And there are concerns about the whole family, too.
Disability affects families, but lots of studies show, including this one, that autism is a real stressor on people with disabilities. As Jeff talked about autism earlier, people with autism have trouble making real meaningful social contact with others, and that can create a really high stress level in a family situation.
And part of that stress comes from the financial concerns as well.
Most definitely.
Judith, why are families living with autism facing that financial crisis?
Well, obviously, a child with autism has many needs that have to be met through financial outlay for their whole lives. And one of the things that came out of the study and that bears out what we have found in our special care work with families is that after the diagnosis and after the work to find what can best help the child today, the great concern that parents have is what happens when we're not here.
Right.
What happens after we die? Who will take care of our child? How can they live and be independent? And the planning in a family like that is extremely important for the sake of everyone, for the sake of the other children and the caregivers. So it's extremely important that they take steps to do the planning. But families are overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed by their day-to-day activities, but they're also overwhelmed because it's hard to know where to start. And so Mass Mutual has developed the program of special care. They have a great website, massmutual.com/special care, where there are lots of resources to access, and there are about 250 of us now in the country who are especially trained to work with families and to bring to the table the expertise that's needed, because just doing planning, sort of off-the-shelf planning, isn't sufficient in a case like this. Any family that has a disabled family member needs to do some very careful planning with the best experts around, and to be sure that it's reviewed and kept up with. So we're the quarterbacks. We put a team together for a family and help to save them time and and help them to make efficient and good judgments.
Important help, yes. Jeff, briefly, tell us about Easter Seal's work with people with autism. What kind of services do they provide?
We provide support through technology, excuse me, and in the schools. And so we have a team of assistive technology specialists who provide support in communication, use of the computer as a tool for learning. Children with autism can display strengths in many areas, and the computer can be a shared
A resource for
them, and assisting with communication is important as well.
Excellent, excellent. Well, to learn more about this study, people can get in contact with Easter
Most
Seals. They can call the office 1-800-244-2756.
Correct.
Or log on to your website, eastersealsma.org.
Correct.
We thank you all for the work that you're doing to help families with dealing with autism. And we'll be back with more of 22 Showcase in just a couple of minutes.